Welcome to the Daily HiFi podcast. My name is Chana. With me, as always, we've got Joe and Michael. What is going on, fellas?
What's
What's
up?
going on?
This is a different view.
Yeah.
Different
Like
view.
this?
And look, we got congratulations, Chris Wyndham. He is grandpa for the third
Dude.
time.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
job,
Chris.
buddy. Good job. Congratulations. You did well.
It's like what I do.
So, Grandpa, your job is just to spoil your grandchildren, and you don't have
Absolutely, man.
really too much responsibility as far as like what happens after.
Yeah, man. You just you get to play with them, spoil them, and then when they're a brat, you just send them home.
just go.
Yeah.
Go to mom and dad.
Here's some candies.
But dude, I had the most awesome time with my grandfather, and my grandma. So
Yeah.
I know
here.
the value of that, which is super cool.
Yeah, same here.
My grandma was the bomb, dude. She was
Yeah, man.
amazing.
Great
Awesome.
stuff.
She used
dude.
to paint all the time.
Chris-
so we had
Chris
all
will be
these
a-
paintings.
He'll be a good one. Good grandfather.
Very cool. All right, what's up with you guys?
I'm good. I was pressure washing today, and last night I was going to do a live stream, and then my daughter comes in the room. She's like, "Hey, Dad," or I was outside, and she said, "Dad, can you help me for a second? My car is making some noise." And so I went outside, and we backed out of the driveway, and I'm like, "Stop, pull forward, we're done." So her brakes were literally, metal on metal.
Oh, wow.
So
That's not
replace her brake pads in the rear and in the front. The fronts weren't too bad, but they were squealing a little bit, so it was time.
You did it yourself, or you took
Oh,
it
yeah.
somewhere?
No, I do it, dude.
You did it yourself? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
He's pressure washing.
He's pressure washing.
Doing, like he's working on
Oh, yeah.
cars. I don't know.
Yeah,
doing
man.
the brakes.
Yeah, man. No, super
yeah.
cool. I don't like doing it, but honestly, if I were to take it to a mechanic, they're gonna charge me like $1,000 to do all 4 of those. So
Really?
yeah.
What kind of
no,
car
that's
is that?
Any car, man. I don't know. It's been a while since I priced it, but I remember one time I priced it and I'm like, whatever, dude. I'll do it myself. Maybe it's $300 per set. I don't know.
What's up,
So-
FOMO?
Yeah.
What's going
What is up?
on?
I know
fellas?
with the Audis it's super expensive because they have to replace the rotors too. So like a brake job could be like $1,600
Yeah.
for 4 or something like that.
Yeah, it gets expensive, man. So
Yeah.
anytime you can do it on your own, I think that's a great thing.
Sasha does not trust me to do anything with the cars on my own.
That's funny.
She's just like, just go pay for somebody to do it. And like I used to take off the wheels myself, and I know I got to torque each bolt to like 80 pounds. So I know how to do all that, but she's like, no, just have somebody else do it. She doesn't trust. It's okay.
Do you realize I'm on a freaking podcast?
I'm gonna mute Mike.
What is it?
You want to unmute him?
No, what happened? Mute him. I'm curious though. Not
No,
gonna
somebody
lie.
came up behind him and was asking him something, and he just like
Oh.
he gets up, he turns off he stops the camera, and he gets up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm on a freaking podcast."
Oh, man.
So just wait
Whoa.
for the
I feel like I'm watching some Johnny Depp trial right now.
yeah, right.
Listen
there.
in.
Other than that, there's this.
Well, okay, what is this?
That's a new LG C2 OLED.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah. So there's that. That's new. You're right there, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a freaking podcast.
Like, come on, man.
Give me some
Like-
slack.
Dude, we're putting together some furniture, and she's like, she couldn't get the screw undone,
Uh-huh.
so I had to go, put some muscles in it.
Yeah,
I'm like, really? Like right now, we can't wait till like an hour.
There
right.
it is.
Oh, are we
Oh,
excited for
FOMO.
the next AV Summit? $10 super chat from
What's
FOMO.
up, FOMO?
Yes.
Oh, Mizzo.
Yeah, so it's about that time to get started. So yeah, it's gonna be a hectic month. We're gonna start on June 20th. I'm not sure exactly how many days, if we're gonna change that up, but I'll have to have a call with FOMO and see what we're gonna do. Yeah. So yeah, it should be fun. Maybe try some different things as we always
Yeah.
do. We're always trying to
Maybe if you guys would know anybody or can contact anybody at your favorite AV manufacturer, hit them up and be like, hey, you guys got to be showing at the AV Summit. It's coming up in June. You guys got enough time to prepare. You know, you got to lay it on them. Lay it on them.
Yes. And Michael also has. When's your event
M-Wave.
coming up, Michael?
July 22nd through the 24th.
Ooh. Okay, so you have more time actually, because
he's got.
We're starting in June. You have a little more time.
We started promoting 6 months. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
we
just 2 months is about it.
Yeah. No, we try to. I like getting ahead of it. Hopefully, especially being the first one. So we're super pumped about that, and so we just continually get people signing up and connecting with brands, and I think it's gonna be fun, man. Something totally different. Something that really we just don't get at a trade show.
Right.
You know, we want to have some of that element, but kind of just provide some experiences that, you know, most people won't ever get a chance to do, putting certain speakers side by side, hearing amplifiers compared, and just having fun, you know, making some relationships, building some friendships, and so we're pumped, man.
That's cool, man. And Mike also threw out the invite to me. Unfortunately, I can't make it, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Don, yes, we did. We actually opened up a couple more VIPs last night, and the Platinum VIPs sold out today. And then we have, I think, 4. Yeah, so that was super cool. The original VIPs sold out in 24 hours. No, 7 hours. Then the Platinum VIPs sold in less than 24 hours. And then we still have about 4 gold VIPs left. So at least before we started. So. But yeah, man, just
I like this idea. True Voice of Reason says, "Can we get a memorial for Tommy O'Brien from Cherry Amps?" I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Tommy's a good dude. Somebody was asking me the other day, like, you know, what was going to happen with Cherry Amp, and I told him I didn't know. You know, Tommy might have been the only employee, you know, with the business, so I'm not sure. So if he is, it's really probably going to be dependent upon his family. You know, if they're going to be able to take that up and kind of continue where he left off, hire some engineers to develop new products, or at least service the products that he's got. So not real sure, but super cool dude, man.
Yeah, you guys let me know if you have any ideas as far as like what we should do. You know, I haven't thought too much about all that. But yeah, starting today, we're gonna, you know, get to work, I guess. Who's it? Somebody said, looks like, who is it? Easy HT Tech says Joe's face is like, I don't want to do this again. No, it's not that. I always enjoy doing it for sure. But I'd be lying to say if I said that it wasn't stressful. It's definitely stressful.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on.
A lot of components, man.
A lot of moving parts. Trying to get these manufacturers to like shoot a video. They're like, video.
Yeah. Luckily, this is gonna be what, the 5th one, something like that. 5th one. So there's something to do with
getting easier.
Yeah, it gets easier as you have more experience. People know what to expect. You know, things like that. So it's just this time I'm trying something new, like always, and something new is always stressful because you're always taking a risk when you try something new. Anyway, what else is new? Shauna, you had a guest over recently. Oh, you're eating. No, go ahead.
Shauna's always eating, man.
What are you eating, first of all?
Oh, it's wifey brought me chips and salsa, so just.
Oh, nice.
But she does it right. Like she like freezes the bowl real quick.
Oh shit!
You know, so like the salsa stays.
How do you
nice
freeze a bowl real quick?
No,
like chill it.
She sticks it in the freezer.
Well, I didn't know if you said real quick. I mean, how do you freeze a bowl? Quick?
Oh, you know,
I didn't know if you had like
she just got home like 20 minutes ago, so I imagine she just tossed it in.
She chilled it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
She puts salt on the ice and then makes it.
Yeah.
Faster.
She hooks you up, man.
Yeah. No, she does all the time. Especially, I mean, somebody was like, Chana's always eating. I'm like, dude, Monday's my long day now because I shifted my schedule over for this DJ gig. So I do a 24-hour day on Monday. So I was up this morning at 7 a.m. and I'll go to sleep tomorrow at like 8 or 9 in the morning. And that's just how it goes.
This is the chance you have to do least amount of stuff, I think.
What's that?
This is the chance you get to do the least amount of stuff right now.
Yeah,
so
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's been nonstop since like 9 o'clock. So I just got to eat when I can. And this is kind of one of those times. But anyway, lot of cool stuff happened. I got the 2 new TVs. This one is the LG OLED, the C2. I got the 48-inch. Tried that out because I always got 55-inch. It's 48-inch. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool for my little gaming cave here. And then the new QD OLED from Samsung also came in on the same day. They both arrived from Value Electronics. So if you guys are buying a Sony, Samsung, or an LG this year, make sure you go talk to Robert at Value Electronics. And I think because if you watch like my channel, like you mentioned me, and then you get like a little extended warranty or something like that. That's what he's trying to do over there. So yeah, I have to do that unboxing, and then I got this gaming chair like for like racing simulators, because I've had this Thrustmaster leather steering wheel with force feedback and the 3 pedals. I've had that in a box. I haven't opened it. It's been here for like 3 years, and I'm like, you know what? Now that I can use my feet, both of them.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me get this chair. So I have the little add-on shifter, and the chair just showed up. And I'm trying to figure out how. Like, I just played Call of Duty in here for the last hour before we started the show, and it sounds awesome. It's just nuts. There's just explosions off everywhere. Like, if there's an explosion here on my left, like right on my left, and I turn right, it now swivels behind me. Like AVR figures it out, and I'm running the Dirac Live from the Pioneer. Oh, hey. What's his name? Tim. Here's a little marker for you, okay? Here's a little marker for you. I'm going to write this banner. What I don't like about the Pioneer. Here, LX505. Okay. Let's put that sucker. Boom.
What don't you like about the Pioneer LX505, Jana?
Well, let me tell you, Joe. I know this is very unscripted of us, not planned at all. There's a couple of things that people were worried about, and one of them is not being able to change the crossovers independently of each other, and that's one of the things. So you're at 80 all the way around, even on your height channels. Kind of a little weird, but that's just the way it's designed. And that's that. Cool part is it's running Dirac Live. The other bad part is, I think, when you're trying to run 7.1.4, you have to externally power the surround back. So if you were like me and wanting to, like upstairs, have a 5.1.4, I would want to power all the ear level speakers externally and have the AVR power the high channels. Well, if you've got the Pioneer, you have to externally power the surround back to do 7.1.4. You don't have a choice. Like in the Denons, it's either rear height 2 or the front mains. So that's one thing. The third thing is that I can't get into the damn menu. It's like messed up. Like I'll press it here.
Is this a live demo right here? Let's see.
Sorta. I gotta change input. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out of focus.
I'll solo you here.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Whoa.
Oh, look at that. We just got white. We just went like cinescope here.
Look at this. Look.
That looks cool.
Boom! We went cinematic mode.
Yeah, dude, I like it. That looks cool.
All right.
Live review right here. All right. So let's see what's going on.
So if I press the home button,
okay,
it says system setup. Oh my God, is it actually going to work? No, see that? Please wait.
Okay,
Yep.
In the bottom right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it'll say for hours.
Oh.
That's it. Like, I can't get into the menu at all. So, like, one of the main things that I don't like about this, the way I have it set up here is like, there's a big pole right here in the center of the TV, at the bottom TV, the larger one. So I wanted to just take away the center channel. We don't need to solo me anymore. Yeah. But I wanted to take away the center channel and just have it run phantom center, so there's nothing in front of the screen. But I can't get into the damn menu. And this is the second time it's happened. And the last time it was like this for like a week and a half. And I was just like, crap.
Oh yeah, because you thought it was broke. And you're like, oh, it's back to normal now. So
yeah, because I messaged you guys about it, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, still saying please wait. So,
wonder what that is.
so now it's doing it again. Yeah, like, and then I couldn't, because I'm testing this TV, and I'm like, oh man, I can't get 4K 120. How do I, I need to double check my, my settings. Luckily, they have this like advanced adjust little wrench thing, and I was able to do some HDMI messing around in there, and got that part working. But it's very annoying. Like,
when you
I don't know,
maybe
maybe
last time, what did you do? Like, did you do
nothing.
anything, or it just started working?
It just like it stopped working, it started working. Like this, it's freaking aggravating, man. So I don't know. Maybe this is what. This is why you buy Denon Marantz, because it's just going to work. I don't know.
You know what? You should pair that with the Vizio OLED, and then sometimes the TV might turn on. Sometimes that thing might get into the menu.
We can get into the menu. Who knows? It's a crapshoot. It's exciting, right?
Yeah, you never know.
But yeah, that's one thing I don't like about the LX505 from Pioneer. The reason why I don't have the Denon in here is because I have the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and I'm working on getting a company to send me a gaming PC with the RTX 3080 card, because people are asking me about testing that with all these TVs and stuff. So I wanted an AVR with 3 HDMI 2.1 inputs that can handle 4K 120. The only one in-house that it does that is the Pioneer, and it has DRAC. I just can't get into a damn setting. Like the shit.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. Maybe, you know what? I haven't tried just plugging in the microphone and trying to run DRAC without the center channel. So maybe that'll work, but I don't know.
If you do a factory reset, as long as the speaker layout's the same, I think you can just resend over your DRAC calibration, so you don't have to.
It wouldn't. I'm trying to take out the center channel.
Oh, you're going to change it.
Right.
Oh,
that's the thing. Like, and then eARC isn't working. So I don't know if that's the TV or ARC. I'm getting some weird thing where, like, you know how it'll. Did you take the box of gloves or something? I'm like, oh, like wifey's texting me. I'm like,
Daniel said after this video, he's sticking with Denon and Marantz.
I know, like it's so annoying. But Denon doesn't have anything. Yeah, they have that add-on box, but dude, I got a bajillion wires in here already. Like, not only do I have this 11 channel system, I got my music studio where I have like all these hardware synthesizers that are connected up via MIDI and via audio. So I got wires galore in here. I don't need to add another box and then take up another wall wart and all that nonsense.
True, for sure. Well, you know who hasn't gotten back to me?
Who?
No, nobody at Emativa has gotten back to me. Remember, I wanted to review that processor.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
Which one? The not UMC. The
inexpensive one.
Yeah, that's their new one. That's right, their new one. That's right. They have a really budget friendly.
So I don't know what's going on. If anybody knows somebody at Emotiva, I emailed them. I think my contact was Nick, so I don't know what's going on, but I do want to review that. I'm very interested in seeing how that works. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have to just buy one because I don't want it to go out of stock.
I know. And they're like, oh, well, we'll give you one in like 6 months when we make another one.
Yeah, I'm interested. And the reason I told you guys is I reviewed that Cali audio speaker, and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to possibly just hook that speaker up directly to the XLR out of that pre-pro, because you have amplifiers built in. And Chana, you were asking me about different studio monitors. I'm like, hey,
yeah, because like my KRKs have been they're like 10 years old, and like I'm working on these new songs, and I got this Focal sub down here because I wanted to get those Focal Solo 6s, and then somebody on the Focal group was like, taking a picture of his studio monitors, and then I just happened to look, and it was just like they're $500 off each, so it's like $1,000 off for the pair. I was like, whoa, what's happening here? And then the other one, the ones that Aaron reviewed, the twins, the dual driver ones, those are also on sale too. Big price drop on them.
What's that? Didn't measure well though. Like in his review, I don't think he looked super impressed.
Yeah, I know.
I know you're a Focal fan, but I was saying for that price, man, if you're looking at that price range, which is what's the total price?
Well, on the sale price now would be $2,200. Okay. For both.
I was like, Genelec will probably.
Yeah, but the Genelecs are like a little bit more because they're not on sale. And then I was just like, oh well, now I have to like now I'm talking about all kinds of other extra stuff, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get the Cali Audios for like 800 for the pair. I'm
Honestly,
still
both of
depending.
those, the Cali Audios and the Genelex will Amber Heard on those folks.
And you've always liked the Cali Audio. You said it sounds good.
Yeah, they do. They measure well too.
Yeah, they measure well. Yeah, and then like I looked up, there's a couple of like engineer like mastering engineer guys that are like best budget mastering monitors, and they go to the Cali like the 8s, whether it's IN8 or the LP8 or whichever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I have some IN5. So if you're ever in the area and you feel like offloading your Denon, if it's taking up a little too much space.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, the eARC
space,
isn't working. Oh, so you know how like the AVR shows you the signals that are coming in with the little speakers, the little boxes, right? The Denon does that. So the Pioneer does that too. And when I'm sending audio from the TV to the Pioneer, now it like it has like the 5.1, and then these other two are just randomly like turning on and off, on and off, on and off. And I'm like, what is going on? And so like when I press info, it's like Atmos, and then you'll see it switch to DD plus, Atmos DD plus, Atmos DD, like it's like something is wrong. Something's wrong, and I can't get any audio. And then I'll switch to like YouTube, and I'll get audio that way. But anything like Netflix, Vudu, HBO Max, whatever coming off the TV. So I don't know if it's the TV. I swapped cables, wasn't the cable. I think it's the Pioneer. So I don't know. I might have to hang on to that damn Denon. Sorry, Joe.
Okay. Yeah,
this is one of those things. Because this damn shit just doesn't work.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden one day it just randomly works. Like, God.
So definitely not HDMI, huh?
Yeah, it's not an HDMI cable thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried 3 cables. Good thing I have a whole bunch of extra 8K ones laying around.
Just try them all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Amber Turd. You guys. Neumann. Yeah, Chris Wyndham. I looked at the Neumanns. I looked at
those too.
Yeah.
All about that German engineering. Yeah. The Neumann always measures well.
But what's funny is like in all of these like music studios, I see the focals like everywhere, like the 4,000 a pair ones, or it's the 4,000 each ones. Oh,
so they don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
What do they know?
I'm not in any rush.
They don't have a Klippel.
They don't have a Klippel. No, they don't. No, they just got platinum plaques on the wall. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if it measures flat or not.
No.
I mean,
probably not.
The guy, like the KRK Rocket 4s, which were like 249 each or something like that. The guy that mixed the record for Kings of Leon, he won a Grammy for that. And it was mixed on the cheapest things that aren't flat at all.
Yeah.
So it really,
he mixes on Beats probably.
What's that?
They mix on Beats headphones, right?
Beats headphones.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Oh man. So what's up? Can you talk about who your guest was?
Oh yeah. I had a guest come by. Well, 2 actually. Zach from Dream Media, and this guy doing all the filming. His name was Sean. He used to apparently this guy won an Emmy for editing because he's done a whole bunch of TV shows throughout his career. So
probably used Genelex.
Just no. He said poo Genelex poop. I'm just kidding. We didn't talk about that part, but
it's with all the poo comments right now.
Do yeah, exactly. But it was awesome. They actually came to my gig on Saturday, so they flew in Friday night and then went up to Mammoth Mountain. What do you call it? They wanted to know, like, he said he was inspired by one of the things I posted on like my community page or community whatever on YouTube, saying I don't just review audio, I work audio, right? Mm-hmm. So he was just like, hey, it would be cool to catch you, doing your thing at the gig. So they were there and they're like, so what speakers we got? I'm like, oh, okay, so we got speakers over here. We got 100 feet of XLR going that way inside. We got another 100 going to the other side of the bar outside. Got 6 speakers all together, and like, went through the whole thing. And then when I was connecting on my decks, I'm like, okay, so first I was going digital to analog and then back into digital for the recording. And then was all doo-doo. And thanks to audio system specialist, he helped me figure out like, okay, let me try this. And then next recording, it wasn't as good, or it wasn't as, that much better, but it was a little bit better. And then all of a sudden I was just like, wait a second, what am I doing? Why don't I go all digital all the way into the computer? So then I figured that out. And so I told them about that kind of stuff. So, so it was cool there. And then they took off and I had to stay. There was some award show. I had to handle the audio for this. It was like the World Quarter Pipe Championships, right, at Mammoth Mountain. So there were like professional snowboarders from all around the world doing this quarter pipe thing. And then I had to do, handle the audio for the awards show. Anyway,
so what did he do over there?
They came in. Oh, well, Zach went snowboarding while I was DJing and stuff, and his buddy was filming. So they got a bunch of shots filming. And then afterward, once I got back home and chilled out for a minute, they came over here and they got demos. We made some videos, did some content, and just demo. And he got to hear the magic beans. Oh yeah. Right. And
it gave him gas, really?
With that noise too, man. That's how you know. Those beans though.
So basically, when Joe did the magic beans on, what is it, Wednesday? Right? It was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I was just like,
how long was, by the way? How long did we do?
I think you did it for about like 5 hours.
Okay. I lose track of time. It feels like
you were just going. And so what ended up happening was Joe was like, hey, let's make some quick selects on the remote so that you can go from Odyssey straight into, Magic Beans instead of having, with one button, as opposed to, going to the menu, going here, going there, changing from preset 1 to preset 2. So we had Magic Beans on preset 2, Odyssey on preset 1. And then, I was just playing from the Zapiti, whatever movie. I can just hit the button and we're on the different thing. And as soon as I hit the button, we were watching 300. As soon as I hit the button, he's like, whoa. He's like, this is a totally different. He's like, oh, I could hear the difference right away. And one of the things that was really crazy, I was putting on Giorgio Moroder, Daft Punk, whatever, track number 4 on Random Access Memories, or number 3, whatever. Yeah. And so like with Joe's Magic Beans, that voice, when he's talking, it's coming straight out of the center channel. And then when I go to Odyssey, whoop, it goes to the sides. I was just like, what's going on? And then switch back to Magic Beans, boop. And the voice is back in the center, and then back to Odyssey, whoop. You guys are hilarious.
You see that?
Anyway,
right there.
It was really weird. So Joe's like, hey, is center spread on? So I go into both presets. No, center spread is off. So Odyssey is doing something really weird with that voice. And this is just like, up mixing. It's just doing something weird. And even in stereo. So Joe then had me put, what was that? Left, right.
Oh,
what is that thing called?
What was that test track?
Title. It's a test track where it's like, the voice should be coming from the right. You should not hear the speaker and the voice coming from anywhere. And then there was one in the center, and that did the same thing. So in stereo, and then it says like the voice should be coming from the left, nothing coming from the center, nothing coming from anywhere. So the receiver's on stereo, we're on Odyssey, and it's like the voice is coming from the right, it was coming from the right. And when it came to the voice coming from the center, that voice was in both speakers. And then when it went to,
you had it in stereo. So wouldn't that's where it should be.
No, but with Joe's Magic Beans and in stereo, the voice came out the center.
It's supposed to only come out of the
like it's the image. It's image to come at you from the center instead of just.
Well, that's different. I mean, imaging is different than actually coming out of the center.
Yeah, sorry, it's not coming out of. But
that's where I was confused. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. Sorry. So it was in stereo, and the voice is supposed to come at you from the
As
sensor.
if the center was on. Gotcha.
As if the center was on, correct. And it was happening and working correctly with the Magic Beans. But when I went to regular Odyssey, it was just coming out of the sides, which was really weird. So, yeah. So we went through all that stuff, and Zach was like, holy crap. And I was like, yeah. Like, how long have we been doing this the wrong way? How many years have we been at like this Odyssey XT32 is just not really, you know,
Don't know.
it's like
Don't know.
some weird stuff's happening. And then is it just this because of this? I'm using this Marantz? Did it happen on the Denon? I don't know. I didn't notice that. So
Weird. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
This is the track, by the way. You see this? So Sheffield, it's the Sheffield Labs My Disc, I guess. And it is
track 25, right?
25, is that what it? Yeah, 25, 3 people describing position on soundstage in stereo. And then the next one is actually cool. They're doing the same thing, except they're all saying it at the same time. So cool little demo. Lots of good stuff on that CD if you're doing tests.
Yeah, if you're checking out your stuff. So so that was cool. He also was wondering, you know, why did I go with 2 sealed 15-inch subwoofers as opposed to the PB4000 that I had in before? And so I told him. And when we went through some demos, he's just looks at me. He's like, oh man, this bass. He's saying like this. We're in a living room, but this sounds like a dedicated theater. And dude,
Oh man, that's a
this is the first time I cranked it since we did the Magic Beans too. So yeah. And then, you know, wifey knew what was going to happen, so she was prepared. She was like in the bedroom doing whatever. The teenager was downstairs.
Warning.
Yeah, exactly. So they all knew what was happening, and it was just fantastic. Just going through just, you know, standard Dolby Atmos demos. We did some Oro 3D stuff. Just going through a bunch of movies where I know there's like, you know, good bass, you know, different things to test, see if we got some good overhead. Of course, John Wick, so we can hear that thunderous gunshot coming from the center channel, you know, and then all the like hand-to-hand stuff and the, you know, subwoofers going off. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
How'd you like that test track that Michael showed us?
Oh yeah,
Hollow 16-bit.
That 16-bit hollow. Yeah, I didn't play that. I didn't play that one.
I know, but we
played it.
Right?
We played it on Wednesday. Yeah, that was crazy. So, do you have that one up on screen so you could show everybody or no? YouTube one.
Let me see if it's on.
HOLLO.
You know, it's kind of funny. I actually played that with the OSD speakers, the AB5s. And I thought I was like, all right, this is sketchy, but
no, the little ones.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
So here's the cool thing: they have limiters in them that prevented it from, like, there wasn't any bad sound. Now it didn't produce those really low notes, but at least it wasn't like distorted. I thought it was gonna like bottom out or something. So that was good to know.
Yeah, I think those are my favorite speakers from
they're
them.
pretty cool.
When it comes to the speakers,
I actually really like them.
There's some good DSP on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the track, you guys. Hollow 16-bit remix. It's by Bjork. Did I ever tell you guys I got to see her play live?
No, really.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah. That was at Coachella. Like,
I'd never heard of her.
Actual Coachella, like Coachella 2002. Oh, you've never heard of Bjork?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh man.
But I do way more home theater than I do like 2-channel music.
Oh right, yeah.
So there's a lot of artists I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
that was the first time I'd heard them. They put it on. I was like, holy cow, dude. That was insane.
Q.
Yes, Joe Q.
Yeah, everybody refers to it as Magic Beans, by the way.
Which is so lame because I said it as a joke and now it's like starting to stick. This is not good. This is not
I don't mind. I'll get an email, right? And be like, hey, I'm interested in the Magic Beans. Like, that's, you know.
Dude, you know what's gonna happen?
Do you respond with toot toot? Here we go.
No, yeah. One day the I don't know, like the feds or whoever gonna come knocking at your door. We're like, dude, we got these sketchy text messages. What's this Magic Beans going on?
What is this?
What do you selling inside here?
That's true, huh?
Heck yeah, man.
So yeah, like, you know, Zach was saying that a lot of their preferred installers, they just, you know, they come in, they install the thing, they run Odyssey and they leave. And I was just like, yeah, well, I'll give you a link. Your clients can contact Joe, do a consultation if they want to take their home theater to another level.
That's
they
cool,
can get
man.
that. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And yeah, definitely. And it can be done remotely, so it doesn't really matter where.
Yeah, it's not like
someone
Joe was
is.
here in Mammoth on
Yeah.
Wednesday. He
Yeah.
just flew in on his private plane. He doesn't just match his clothes to his watch. He matches his G5 to his watch. So you see Joe's wearing a camo watch. He's bringing the camo plane,
Dang. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anybody who's interested, quick plug, just go to joeintel.com/booking, and it has a list of all the services and the prices. And if it's not on the list, if you have some kind of different setup, then just email and we'll figure out how much time it'll take. It's not cheap. I'll just tell you straight up. It takes a lot of time, and yeah, that's why I'm still trying to get out this video. That's my priority this month, is to get the courses out. So courses and AV Summit, that's my focus. And then whatever reviews are coming in, I'm gonna have to just knock them out real quick. But that's the priority.
I think you need to change the URL to /beans.
/beans.
Joe and
Maybe
Tell.
I'll redirect another one.
I go.
joeintel.com/beans.
There you go. I like it, man. It's catchy. It's easy to remember too.
Yes.
So
what's new with you, Michael?
I had something cool that came in. I'll throw it down below. So I went over to my son's house today. This company reached out to me. Never heard of them. Called Light Me. And
wait, do what to you?
It's called Light Me.
Oh, Light Me.
Light Me. So it's like it's not that kind of Light Me. So it's like a LED strip.
LED strip.
That you put behind your TV. But what's pretty slick about it, it's not cheap, $170. But as you can see here, depending on what's on the TV, so like down here would be orange and up here would be blue. So it literally matches whatever. It's dynamic. So
then the strip has to go on the back of the TV in a certain way, right? So
actually it does. There's 2 strips and there's 2 there's 2 USB ports on that hub. Let's see if we can look on the back.
How does it detect like what's on the screen? Is it?
So here's the cool thing. So there's some good and the bad. So the good is that the way we've got it set up is we came out of the Denon HDMI output that would normally go to the TV input, and you go into this box and then out of that into your TV. So that's how it's figuring out like where the color is coming from. All that information is being transmitted through that HDMI, which is pretty fascinating to me. Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, there's 2 USBs. So one's going to be on like the bottom strip that goes from the bottom and then up the one side, and then the other one's going to be up the one side and then across the top. And then you trim the ends so they kind of meet, together. So there's no gap there, and they pretty much have about an inch. About every inch you can cut that the LED strip. So you can pretty much match it to your TV size. The only downfall though, it looked awesome. Like we weren't sure how it was going to look, but we played it, threw a game on there, did a couple of just kind of quick demos. And me and my son was like, dude, that's slick. Just the gradients that it has. I mean, there's just like, it seems like there's just a ton of color through there, if that kind of makes sense. So there's like no gaps in the gradient. So it's just a smooth from one color fade to the next. The animation is super cool. You can change it to music. So if you got like music just playing in the background, it'll kind of beat and change to the music, kind of techno dad style. And, but the only thing that we haven't figured out, and it may be a limitation of that, and if it is, that's going to be a pretty big one, is that we could not get it to do 4K and HDR. So that's going to be like almost like a deal breaker to me. Sure. So I reached out to the company and said, hey, look, I just want to make sure that, Wait
a second. So it needs an HDMI signal?
Yes. So basically,
can you take it off of zone 2 HDMI output on the receiver?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but I mean, what difference would that mean?
that means your main display can get 4K HDR and whatever, and then the other one goes to the light thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So not
Right.
using, because
Like,
really
I have
good.
both these two TVs hooked up, but only Dolby Vision will go to only one of them, right? The main.
I got you.
So like depend, yeah. So
maybe
the
try
receiver,
that. See if I've got to see if his receiver has a second HDMI out. It's not a
Mhm.
like super high end one.
Oh, okay.
Um,
But that could
okay.
be one thing. Like,
Okay.
if, you know,
Cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reached out to them just to see if, maybe there's something that we're missing, but I kind of looking online. I think there was some other guys struggling with some things too. So I'm interested though. I think it's pretty slick. They've got an app. You can change colors and change your brightness. But what we were surprised at is just how bright this thing is. It's massive, man. It's not like your real thin LED strip. It's a huge kind of strip. And so it's super bright with a lot of ambient light. So I'm excited about the potential. Just don't know if it's there yet. So, but I'll have that video hopefully coming in the next maybe week or two.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So these guys are saying it's like the Philips Hue sync box.
Yeah, I think Philips does one. There's several companies I think that do them. This company just happened to reach out to me. I'm like, yeah, man, that looks pretty cool. I'll take it over to my son's house and we'll check it out because I don't have a TV here.
Yeah,
I think hardcore dudes that are like all about OLED and perfect like darkening the room. This is not for them.
Dang. Oh, see,
no, this will be great for gaming. Like to me, I would think, all right, if you're watching casual whatever, I think it'd be fine. But I would not want to watch a movie with it.
Yeah.
But I think gaming would be awesome on it.
Gaming would be pretty cool.
I think there's definitely some use, and of course you can turn it off. So
it's $229 cool, for the.
You have people over like, oh, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting. But again, it's not cheap. But those of you that love kind of love LEDs, might be something kind of cool you'd be interested in, whether it's Philips Hue or Light Me or another brand. So
the Hue one is like $50 more.
Okay. And that makes sense. Hue is typically pretty expensive.
What if I just get a small monitor and mount it, flip the opposite way on the back of the screen, plug that into HDMI 2, and so that'll shine the light. You know what I mean?
Good luck with that.
You're like, I got a TV behind a TV.
I got a TV behind it. What's up? Oh man, yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so something a little different for the channel. So, but still, ties in with home theater. So, I think it'd be pretty cool.
A few things that we have to mention, like we always do, is if you want to listen to the audio only version of this podcast, you can just go to anchor.fm/daily HiFi, or just go to your podcast app and search for Daily HiFi. So there's that. What else we got here? Super chats. If you want to ask a question, we'll make sure to try to answer them as well as we can. And of course, we can take calls. Whoever wants to call in, the line is open. Usually we get somebody calling in.
Call now.
Yeah, we're gonna try to keep it to an hour today. We'll see how we do.
Yeah.
I
got to try and get some more gaming in here. Although my neck is getting a little.
Do you prefer listening on your speakers rather than headphones for gaming?
Well, that's yeah.
Forget,
dude. And with the setup in here, get your headphones out of here, bro. I even have gaming headsets, and get those things out of here.
Well, okay.
Because like,
so not even with their like, they have the Dolby Atmos, and it's supposed to do this. No, no.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's all simulated. So why wouldn't I just do it normally? I saw Zach when Zach was in here. He was just like, "This is cool. This is cool." Because they've heard a lot of like home theater systems, but when it's just you, one person. So like I was laying down on the ground here, like controlling the game, and then going through some demos, and then his buddy was shooting over here in the corner, like out of the way of the speakers and stuff like that. And he's like, "This is nuts, man." Like I've never experienced demos like this.
When he said that, did he say it with like there was no hand movements at all?
It was. Well, actually, no, there weren't any hand movements. Just because he was just sitting in the chair, and he just looks around, looking around, like this is really cool. So yeah.
I asked you before the show. I'm like, does he really move his hands that much, like in person, like in the videos? Like, yeah, he does.
He does.
Like,
Sasha was even in here. She verified it too.
All right.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
But
Gotta keep it real.
yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
All right. Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Hey there.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going well, man.
I just want to let you know that I'm a fan of all three of you.
Yes.
oh,
Appreciate
awesome.
it,
What's your
man.
name?
It was all the time.
What's your name?
Actually, this is kind of a question for Chana, because I know he got a Denon 6700 at one point in time.
I still have it.
Okay, I got a question. When you put it in preamp mode under ampersand,
Yep.
are you able to access anything from Odyssey?
Yeah. Of course. You can you can
Mine's great.
rerun Odyssey. You can go change it from reference to flat to whatever.
My settings for Odyssey go get grayed out when I go into the menu screen when I've got it in preamp mode.
Oh, okay. I think I know
Only
what's
in
happening. Does he have it in a layout, Chana, that doesn't allow something, or what do you think?
Well, that's just Odyssey though. It's turned off.
just
I've had that happen with mine before, and I don't know what
Wait.
triggered it.
Uh-huh.
Odyssey, I'd run Odyssey, and then one day I was just in the menu, and I'm like, well, that's weird. Odyssey's grayed out. It's like I can't turn it on or off or change it.
The only
So-
time that happened to me
Have you ever
was with
seen
the
that happen?
Marantz. Yeah, that's happened to me once, and that was before I ran it. So I couldn't go in
Yeah,
and
no-
change any parameters.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean,
Right.
this was after I'd already run it.
Mm.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you run Odyssey calibration and then you
Right.
change the layout, right?
Okay, that makes
You
sense
change the
because then
layout,
then it makes you want to do it again.
Yeah,
Well-
it may not have the calibration. Let's say if you have a layout where it added a different speaker, well, it doesn't have a calibration for that, so you can't turn on Odyssey.
So if he turns it back,
I understand what you're saying
Mhm.
perfectly.
Yeah.
What I did is I reset the receiver today back to
Factory.
factory settings,
Alright.
and I started from scratch. And because I noticed this yesterday, and so I started from scratch again today, and I've got a 7.2.4 setup. I'm running all Revell on ear level.
Ooh,
And,
okay, all right.
Fancy.
and
You caught my attention.
SBS, and I'm using SBS as prime elevations as my Atmos. I've got two Emotiva amps that I'm using, and so anyways, I go into preamp, and what it was doing is like I would listen to it in preamp, and then the next day I'd wake up, it wouldn't stay in preamp. It would go back to 11 channel. It wouldn't stay.
Oh, that's weird.
I've seen something kind of like that before. Yeah.
And another issue I'm having with that model, I'm trying to set my level for each speaker, and I'm using SPL meter. And my test tone will only last for maybe like 5 seconds and then go back to the previous menu.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird. It's
there's
usually
some
like
weird
a
stuff going on there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to take that back and get it replaced.
Yeah.
But I was just curious. I just thought maybe because I knew Chana just recently got a hold of one, and I didn't know if he had ran into the same issue as I am.
Yeah, those are very weird issues, especially the one where it won't maintain the test tone.
Right.
Maybe it's like there's some wires that are crossed up there where it's when the tone comes out, it's saying, hey, we don't like what's happening here, and maybe it goes into some kind of safety.
I've got really good cables and everything, and so I don't know anything that could be crossed, and I've got, and I just bought the Revel speakers pretty recently, probably about 3 weeks ago, and I'm digging them. And that's another thing. I've never seen any of you guys do a review on Revel speakers.
Oh, dude, I can't get my hands on them, bro.
Yeah,
You kidding me?
Really?
I don't have a contact for them.
Yeah, I don't have a contact for them, and I spent $6,000 on receivers last year. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know,
I can get a hold of them. I
can't
just
just buy
haven't
it.
tried. It's a lot of times we just get a bunch of stuff sent to us, so it's then like our queue is so crazy. Like I don't go out of my way to like search for more stuff. It just keeps arriving.
I get it. But I was just kind of curious because when I was researching for replacing my ear level speakers, I went to this one place. It's called Nebraska Furniture.
Yeah, we've heard them.
And even the F-35s and the F-36s, they blew me away. I liked them better than the Motion Martin Logan.
Logan's.
And they were significantly cheaper, but I mean, they were just really good speakers for the price.
I believe that. No, when you do these test tones, is it for any speaker that where it turns off, or is it a specific speaker?
No, every speaker.
Nah, that's
Huh, that's weird. That's weird because it should just stay on the whole time. That speaker is selected.
Too, and it's like there's got to be an issue in there somewhere. I know they just did a firmware update within the past week, 10 days or something like that. And another thing that's going on too is I'm using what are those? Kind of like an iPad, but you get them from Amazon. What are they called? Not
Amazon Fire.
Fire tablet. Yeah.
Loaded the Denon app onto it, and everything was fine on it. And it would show all my speakers and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
And so until all this stuff started happening, when I go into the app on the Fire, it only shows me a 5.2.4 max. And it's like that's something's not right.
Something's up with that. Yeah.
Of course, I don't know if you've tried just doing a factory reset, but
yeah, he said he did.
You did already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did that today.
That was the first thing you did.
And Odyssey did everything, and I'm into the same problem.
Damn. Are you past your return exchange point with whoever you bought from?
No, actually I got a couple more years on it.
Oh.
Yeah. So actually I stopped at where I bought it today, and I asked them about it, and the salesman I was talking to says, "Yeah, I've had a couple other people have some issues," and he was thinking that it was the firmware. So just like I told Joe earlier, I factory resetted everything and started from scratch, and it's just it's not cooperating.
So one question I have for you is: do you use the just the mic itself, or do you use the Odyssey app?
No, I use the mic. I use the mic. With the internal app on the
right, just built into
plus on my iPhone as well.
Yeah.
So
one thing that's nice about the app is that you can actually save that as kind of like not a preset, but basically And so if that happened, you could always reload that instead of having to rerun everything again.
No.
Right. Yeah. But I just thought to be safe today, I just thought I'd factory reset it and start from scratch.
Yeah.
I guess before you send it in, the last thing I would probably try is factory reset. Make sure nothing is connected to the back of that thing, and then go into that menu and try to do a test tone. And if it kicks you out of that, right,
then it's something wrong with the unit.
That's very weird.
Yeah.
So with nothing connected to the back, also. So just look at the the on-screen LED
or whatever. Yeah.
I get it. I'll try that. But I'm going to let you guys go. But Joe, I'm going to look into your magical beans.
Yeah, for sure. And
you need to do that.
Call me once your thing is working, because that'll drive me nuts if I go in and it's not doing what you want.
Yeah, and then you gotta. It's also not cheap. You gotta.
Yeah, we want to
buy
make sure
a few things. Yeah, so make sure it all works first.
I've already invested some good ducats into my system now, so
you're like, it's all good. It's all good. Let's go for broke.
It would be an honor just because those are some excellent speakers, and of course, if you start off with very good speakers, like I was telling Shauna with his Focals, I'm like, if you're already starting off with really good speakers, man, it's much easier. I would just say, or just easier than when there's someone like, oh man, these are not very good speakers. Are you sure you don't want to just buy some new speakers first? So you're good.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
See, the thing with it is like, I seriously, the bug hit me when we were shut down.
Yep.
During the onset of COVID, and I had all these extra speakers around the house, and I had all this time. I'm watching y'all's videos, and I'm hooking up speakers. My wife's going, "What are you doing that for?" And so, so one day she sat and she listened to a movie, and she goes, "I understand now."
Oh, you did your job.
That's cool, man.
She's okay with it, sort of.
She's on board.
And if anybody's watching you guys, I highly suggest watching each and every one's videos. I mean, they're informative. Some are funny, and you guys are just great. You guys really are.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate you.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, have a great one.
You too. Take care.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah, let us know what happens. Okay.
Will do.
All right. Have a good night.
Very cool. Yeah.
That's strange thing. See, like, dude, it's electronics, man.
Yeah, I've had that happen on mine, and I didn't know how to recreate it, so I just had to rerun Odyssey, and I'm like, this is stupid. So, and again, it could have been me changing that configuration, and then it goes, hey,
What's up?
you need to rerun it. So
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
Who's this?
I'm good. How are you guys? This
we're
is
good.
Sean. Big
Sean?
fan. Yes, sir.
What's up, Sean?
Sean, what's happening, man?
Slight delay here. I'm
Yeah,
watching you
yeah.
guys and talking.
Yeah, no
Yeah, you
worries.
probably
you
easier
wanna
just to
mute
hit the
that.
mute.
Mute that other thing, yeah. The
Hey, what's
YouTube,
up, guys?
mute the. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
We're doing good,
I
man.
gotta turn it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would
like,
hit the mute on your
You're messing with my mind here.
On the YouTube, yeah. Keep the phone. Don't mute the phone. Mute the
Yeah.
YouTube.
correct.
I just turned the YouTube off.
All right.
There you go.
Perfect.
So, Shauna, you have experience with the rails,
Yeah.
and I
yeah.
was curious. I watched a video on rails because I have a full SCS set up and all their front channels and
Mm-hmm.
the front speakers. And I was wondering about the high level inputs. Did you ever try that? Where they
I
actually
did. I did. I
And
was. I like.
think of that?
You know, it works. It's like.
What do you
Is
mean,
it,
like,
is it magical
I-
beans?
I don't think I
running
would
full
want to.
range
I'm
and
sorry. Go
large?
ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I didn't really notice a huge difference whether from there. I mean, it's supposed to like impart like the
signature
characteristics
sound,
of the amplifier into the sound of the bass.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Right.
I don't fucking hear a thing. So like anything different than just going LFE. So
Would you say, like, are you still running rails now for your subs?
yeah, but those ones upstairs in the those 15s do not have high level inputs. That's their HT or home theater line, so it doesn't have high level inputs. That's mostly for their T9 or T7 or something X and then above, right?
Yeah.
As far as their lines
Well,
go.
I guess a further question would be, I was thinking I got a PV4000 and I recently I got a 7
Yep.
to 4.
Uh-huh.
I added a second sub for near field and it just blew me away. I'm like,
Oh
What?
yeah.
It's Michael's
fun.
getting
I
everybody
told
on
you.
that. He
I
got
told
me
you,
on
you're
that
not
near field
even-
sub thing.
Subwoofer right at the
crazy.
butt. Right at the butt.
Your field's
It
an
kind of
experience,
like-
man.
disappoints you though too, because if you lean forward, because it's by my couch,
Sure.
Ah,
you notice it's not coming from the whole front stage. It's like right next to you and it's on. It's kind of like, oh, but it doesn't bother the whole house.
right.
That's cool. But
Mhm.
long story short, I was thinking I got the PV4000 in the front
Mhm.
and this BIC.
Yeah.
Big,
Uh,
yeah.
Big acoustic, yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
bought this when I first started the hobby like 4 or 5 years ago.
Mhm.
And it's resonating like crazy between probably 40 and 90 hertz.
Okay.
And I was going to ask all you guys, Michael, Joe, Shauna, what do you think? Stay with SVS and go. I was thinking of sealing up the ports
Mhm.
on the PB4000
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
buying a bunch of like 2 or 3 more SVS sealed subs because they could fit in the room better.
Gotcha. Because they're
Or
smaller
more.
profile. Yeah.
You know,
I like it.
I'm just wondering, like, would I lose much with the low end because
I don't
Am I
think you'd lose
slower?
much.
Am I-
I think
yeah.
you'd gain a whole lot.
I see what
But
Michael's saying.
Let me ask you this first. Have you had a chance to measure what you have first? Like with our
the walls cracking and
yeah. So, but as far as the
Right.
actual frequency,
I didn't do the
response,
REW like
Yeah.
know.
So my recommendation is always start there, because just throwing more subs at at your room doesn't necessarily mean that
Right.
that's going to be beneficial. So if the more
Got it.
subs you add, the more you're going to need something like a mini DSP, an REW,
Well,
and a calibration mic.
Doesn't the DSP doesn't it come with the SVS already?
Somewhat, but there's
Oh.
going to be limitation on like your to be able to time align them.
Right.
There's just there's a lot more you can do.
8012 now and in the 724.
Yeah.
With
Mhm.
genuine, I guess, 2 subs,
Mhm.
and they're time aligned. I did
Yeah.
the Odyssey with the microphone, level match, all that
Mhm.
nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't go in the REW software and go further with it. I was just
Yeah.
feeling that it was
Sure.
huge improvement, even with that BIC piece of shit. We should have been like nuked
Yeah.
before they even sold it because
Yeah.
It's
you
a
know,
budget
better than
sub.
like
It's
the
a
I-
budget
It's
sub.
a budget
What can
sub.
you
I
do?
mean,
Yeah.
you know,
So
it got you started. It was good then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
The-
Maybe use
you
it
know,
at a
I
computer
started-
or something like that, right? You
The
won't.
big-
you
the
won't
big
be
sub
disappointed.
could actually be fixing some acoustic issues that you're having in the room.
This
So
is also
where-
true.
Not
This is
necessarily-
also
where-
true. This could
you
also
know,
be happening.
No, I
So
don't have
where
any, I don't have any acoustic issues now. It's just the tactile or the tactical response Michael talked about.
The
That is
tactical
insane,
response,
bro.
Michael.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tactical.
It's not a
So let-
problem. I just want
So,
more.
but think about this though. So you haven't measured your room, right?
Yes, sir. No,
Okay.
haven't.
So if you haven't measured it, so you may be getting massive bass, but you actually may be getting, let's just say that bass that you're hearing, let's just say is from 40 to 50 hertz, and there's just massive bass there. But let's say 30 hertz to 20 hertz, you're getting almost no bass. So your brain is going, man, I'm feeling bass. My walls are shaking. And so we think that we've got everything kind of dialed in just because we can feel it. But ideally, you want all of those frequencies kind of to have pretty equal bass. So if it's playing 16 hertz, you should be, let's say, at 90 dB. If you're at 22 hertz, 90 dB. If you're at 50 hertz, 90 dB. Because if you got these
Where do you
big
get the
peaks,
90? Is it
I'm
like
just
25?
saying, like
He's
at
just
your
saying a
volume.
number.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So if you crank up the
I don't
volume,
know everything like you guys. You guys are definitely, all 3 of you, and like your own videos have definitely helped me on my hobby here.
good,
But
man.
yeah, Michael, you especially,
Oh, I
and
appreciate
John.
it.
and Joe,
Oh, thanks, man.
and who's the other guy?
Aaron.
Who's-
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he gets for
All
not
these
being
videos
here.
are
See,
so
I know, right? No, he's trying to put in some more hair.
But
But yeah, that's
trying to-
that's just my biggest
trying to go
thing.
ahead, I can't stop. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that's my biggest thing. I'm always hesitant to tell somebody just go buy another something, because sometimes the
Right.
issue is maybe your current subwoofer is in the wrong location. And I know we're all limited where we can put that, but I found in my room,
Yeah.
sometimes I can literally move a subwoofer 2 feet and get a crazy different frequency response than where it was. And
Well, I did that. I'm just saying the only thing I threw out there when I started this, maybe I should have clarified. The BIC is a piece of garbage.
Mhm.
right, that's correct.
It's buried at the bottom of the ocean. But the PB4000 is phenomenal. But
I
I did
get it.
notice when I started the hobby, like, oh, why do I even want another sub? This is so much bass. It's so
Mhm.
insane. Oh my gosh.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
retarded. I
Correct.
get it. But that little PB near field one is
Yeah.
just resonating. I'm just saying I'm going to replace it no matter
Yeah.
what. I just
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
didn't
so
have
the
a problem
BIC
with
you're
it. It's
using as
still
a near field.
phenomenal gain.
Yes.
Yeah,
BIC is
it's
just
still
near field, right?
phenomenal.
And you
Yes,
know what's
sir, yeah,
interesting
it's
though
just
is
huge.
near field typically I think based on what Michael has said before is you want those to handle the really low frequencies, right? So
Correct.
I don't think that the BIC is going to be able to handle those like 30,
Yeah, I can't.
20, 15, 10. It's not going to do those. So
I think even Aaron measured it, and it went down to indeed like the mid 20s maybe, but
yeah,
it resonated,
It's
like,
not bad.
noticed. I didn't do it, but I didn't see the frequency on REW. I just saw your guys' channels and saw the
Yeah.
videos. But
Okay.
I'm still going to go forward with the upgrade. It was just there's not a problem. Like I'm trying to explain.
so
Everything is pretty much, the room is not getting overpowered. I know that feeling. It's just that I'm going to replace this BIC with something better. And I was just thinking,
Yeah.
So I'll give you
field
a
maybe, 'cause I
different
love
answer.
music too, and
I'll give you a slightly
Excuse me?
different answer from Michael.
oh yeah. I
Anytime
appreciate
you can add more good subs, as long of course you don't want to waste money, right? There's gonna be a point where you're like really
Hey,
"Oh, you don't
I'm
need
all
it."
about it. Let's waste some money.
Chana's
You
like,
got a
pull out the
problem?
credit card,
Let's
man.
throw some money at the
There you
problem.
go.
But with some good DSP, right? Good
Yeah.
placement,
Right.
you're almost guaranteed to be able to make your bass sound better by placing more subs, because you can fix more of the room modes and you're increasing your overhead, right? Or is that
Right.
is that the right term? Overhead.
So that yeah.
I
So
guess.
So
Not
you can
money-wise, but-
you can DSP it a little bit more, and and still have enough bass to play.
I think you were talking about
Obviously.
headroom.
Headroom. That's
Headroom.
what I was looking for. Yeah, headroom.
There
Overhead,
we
yeah.
go.
Overhead,
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
you can
overhead?
kind of
Yeah,
back
so-
you can back it down because you've got more to work with.
Yes.
And
So
flatten that out.
yes.
So, but
Understood.
again,
Plus,
going
I
back
know-
to what I'm saying, if he doesn't measure that,
Oh, you have.
he's just completely
have to measure.
guessing.
I
I
mean,
just
yeah,
that's
shooting
what I'm
in the
saying.
dark.
And the other
Yeah,
thing,
pretty much.
Looking for the magic bean settlement too. I'll take you up on that one.
yeah,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
yeah.
What is it? So I had a PB 4000 in the living room, and it was good. It was just a little too big, and then I switched out to the 2 sealed Rel 15-inch, and then
That's what I hear.
that was good. And since it's in the living room, I can't really move it around, so it's like right there by the fireplace. That's where they live. That's it. And then they're notorious for not going too low, but with Joe's Magic Beans, he got these this time around. We got it to 10 hertz, hitting
Yeah.
80.
I'm like,
80
let's abuse them.
and
Let's make them.
Yeah. And good God, they're just
Wow. You know what's
like my room is like
Donna, my
ahead.
room's like yours with the high ceilings. I
Mm.
have that problem, but it's on one side only. So it goes like
Yeah.
maybe 12 and a half, 13 feet high ceilings and to 9.
Yeah, that's
on the
so mine's
side.
like a big slant, right? It's a big slant.
Yeah, but
right?
I got a connecting bathroom, so I can shut the door, and it definitely seals
Helps.
the room.
Yeah.
But go on.
Oh,
yeah,
so
no, and with the 4,300 cubic feet opening up to a kitchen, opening up to a stairwell, the 2 15-inch sealed do more impact than the PV 4000, just because they're moving a lot more air. There's more surface area, moving
Would
a
you
lot more
think, too,
air.
that the musicality was it much better? Because I definitely.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they're tighter. When I was having the PB 4000, I would use it in an extended mode where you plug up one of the ports, so it was like going down to like 18 hertz or something ridiculous like that.
It went down to supposedly 14 or with extended mode. Yeah, but go on.
Something like that. But usually when I was doing 2-channel listening, I would not use the sub. I would just use my towers. And until Joe did the first Magic Beans on the Denon I had, then I was just like, whoa, I don't need towers anymore. Now the subs integrate so well now with
Yeah, I saw that
2-channel
video.
listening.
You didn't need towers to get the books.
Yeah. So it saved me a little bit of money that way too.
Well, you
So.
definitely stand behind the rails then over another SVS
I mean,
or something like that.
it for me, like having 2 rails stacked that were sealed, it takes up a lot less space in the room, not only physically but also visually, right? Because it's a big fucking box, that 4000 in a theater.
It's a washing machine, Jack.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
175 pounds. For the
yeah,
PP16.
that thing was no joke. No joke.
It's like you don't mistake it in the room. It's like,
Yeah.
how deep? What? I mean, it's not.
I mean, no, but I mean, no joke. It's like a little beast just lurking in the corner. All of a sudden, boom, like the whole house shaking, wine glasses are shaking and windows rattling. I'm like, oh, there it is. It's on. It's there.
Exactly. I have it set on that like that mode too, where it blinks it's what it is. And like I turn it on and off. And I'm like, I forgot why I turned it off. I don't want to see it anymore. Stop blinking. 4,000. I'm live.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
last
I would
question,
probably
I guess.
go for the SVS stuff for home theater.
Yeah, might as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think I like the Rel stuff. I haven't reviewed it, but I would recommend it maybe to somebody who doesn't have access to DSP and they don't want DSP. They're just going to do a 2-channel system, and that's their.
I'm digging deeper into this hobby, and I hear you guys with the DSP. I was just ill-informed. I thought that when a subwoofer like the SVS line came with it, I thought that was the whole thing. I didn't know there was extra.
It has built. All right, so like the SVS subwoofer has 3 PEQ settings that you can use. So basically,
I'm on that right now.
there's 3 different.
Q3, I'm set hot.
Yeah, so you can set one. And again, this is where you need to measure, because you just randomly adjusting that won't do anything. So let's say you take your measurement and you realize, okay, at 50 hertz, I'm let's say 6 dB higher than I am at every other hertz. Okay, so that's when you go into that PEQ and add -5 decibels to say PEQ 1 at 50 hertz, and then you set your Q, which is how wide that that range, I guess, that it's
The adjustment,
adjusting.
yeah.
Yeah. So you
Is it
set
quotient
that.
range or is it quotient? Yeah.
So
Yeah, the
you
Q.
only have 3, right? That's the problem. You only have 3 for
right. So and then so how many do you have with the DSP controller box?
So mini DSP, I think
10.
Yeah, I was about to say 9. So
you can
so
do
there's
10.
quite a bit more.
But also you can
that's nice.
delay. You can add delay to it, or
How
actually,
this goes.
there's just more you can do.
Yeah,
There's
more functionality.
Here, and I went 20 at 20 hertz. I boosted that 3 dB,
right?
And I made the little peak or whatever the range.
Correct.
Just made it 20, and then I noticed it was better. That's what I like because I ran the Odyssey software and you put that dynamic EQ in there. It's just too hot. It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just everything is amped up. But doing that PEQ3 was just like, oh, that's just what I needed.
Yeah. Interesting thing also is you're kind of mentioning how you're using this a much more capable sub in the PB4000 PB, right?
Right.
And then you have that big big acoustics. It's
a ported BIC too, but it's just a piece of
piece of BIC.
Yeah, it's big.
So
trash, a throwaway.
It's interesting though is there are ways to kind of integrate that into your system using advanced techniques. But if you don't want to,
all you got are upgrades.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, forget that. Use it for your computer speakers. They'll be nice for that. And then I would say go ahead and pick up your other question was, can you pick up some of the smaller subs and have that integrate if you seal the PB4000, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I do run out of space. I was thinking maybe I looked at the stats, the specs, and the PB3000 versus I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 PB16 sealed, and they're very close. But I was thinking maybe 2 sealed PB3000s.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what is that? What are the 3000? How much do those run?
Those are the SB3000s.
How much are they?
Well, no, the sealed one for the PB3000 are K1000.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they go up to for the sealed PB16 or 4, it's like 1700.
Yeah, I got you.
Like that.
Let me kind of show you real quick. I don't know. Oh, you have
I'm
a
not
video
watching
off, right?
But
I have the measurements from yours, Chana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
put it on the screen.
Hold on a second. The other thing you might want to think of is if you do get those other subs, do you want them to all play equally? So here's some things to think about, right? Before you give me a call, like, do you want them all to play equally, right? Meaning, if let's say they all have the same capability, do you want them to all reach their max kind of at the same time, right? So you're kind of utilizing them all equally, or because what that would mean is it's a little tough because if you have a near field sub, then that's going to be louder, right?
Right.
Or do you want it so that they all perceptually sound the same? So the near one will sound about the same level as the one that's 14 feet away, like Jana, right? In order for that to sound perceptually
for the PB4000.
Yeah,
literally, it's maybe 14. Okay, my room is 13 at the top of the peak of the roof, high ceilings, and then it goes about 9 on the slope side of the ceiling. It's about 22 feet long by 14 feet deep.
Okay.
I'm sitting sideways with the room, so all the equipment's along the long width of the wall, the 22 feet, and I'm literally probably 5 feet from the PB4000, and I'm about 7 to 10 inches from the little BIC. So I'm everything's good. It just I was like, wow, this is every little modification that you guys suggest and talk about on your channels has made a vast improvement.
That's awesome. Good to hear.
I'm running the Parasound amps, all that stuff you guys talk about.
Look at you.
All right. Yeah, giddy up.
I went from the Emotiva Gen 5, Gen 3, 5 channels.
Yeah.
I was like, this is good. And I'm running that in concert, the channels on the Marantz 8012.
Yep.
And then I saw your channels and I was like, okay, check it out. Went to one Parasound A51. I'm like, what? It was just much, I don't know. I know you guys argue about this constantly. I get it. Whatever subjective hearing does, but I liked it. And I got 2 Parasound A51s now.
That's
damn.
If you like
Zach from Dream Media was here, and he, I was doing a tour of my system upstairs, and he's like, he's like, Parasound 851. I'm like, yeah, it's putting out 250 watts by 5 into 8
And they're
ohms.
heavy as hell.
And if you have 4 ohm speakers, they're 400 watts with all 5 channels driven.
Exactly.
And like my little bookshelves are rated at like 150 watts or whatever. I was just a complete overkill, unnecessary. But hey, sounds great.
When you get an amplifier though with like submarine door handles on it, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I almost fell over like trying to get it out of the box, and I'm like, oh, I gotta flip this thing over. Like, just getting it on the table was a chore.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous weight. Yeah, almost fins on the outside of it too are just like very like, well, this thing's like a medieval piece of wood.
Yeah.
And it does bring us under. It's nice. But I'm just saying, I've learned all these things from you guys. I'm just going forward with the,
Cool, man.
going to 2 subs from 1. I kept thinking, it's not going to make a difference. Whatever. Just like I thought with 5.1. I'm like, why would I want 7 bed layers? What the hell? Oh, you got it surround. I'm like, what? This is great. And then, I went to 2 high channels.
Never ends.
Yeah. The journey is the fun part.
I'm like, I get more into the hobby. It's crazy.
Just enjoy the journey, man.
For sure. Well, thanks for calling, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude.
Keep us up to date.
Sorry to talk to you guys.
No, you're good.
Oh, you're
Oh,
good.
it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
Hey, take
Have a
care.
good night.
Have a great week.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
So let's see here. Let me see if I can show some of this here. So this is yours, Shauna. Share screen.
And I even told Zach, I was just like, you know what? After all this moving around, I think I am very content with this setup, with the way it is.
Yeah. So here is the dual rails at your main listening position, and so you can see this is with no DSP, and the main issue is just right here.
Yeah,
there's a big old hump. And so when you hear that, I mean, that's a lot.
Where is it at? I can't.
60. Let's say 67 up to 70. So 10 dB up at this range. So that doesn't sound good. And all you have to really do is just kind of like,
boom, there it is. That's what he did.
So I went a little conservative just to make sure that if you're playing it super high, you're not going to get distortion, because we could have went a little more aggressive, but I just took out this bump here, nothing crazy. And so, we're getting a nice flat response from those rails, right? So you see here, still flat, easily, 14 hertz, pretty respectable. We could have gone a little crazier, but I think this is safe, right?
Yeah.
Safe. So anyway.
And it sounds great. So,
Who wants safe, man?
who wants safe?
Well,
let's go to ludicrous mode.
We can go crazy.
Crank it up, man.
Yeah, so that's it. That's pretty much what we did. Anyway, we're over on our time. Let's
let's wrap it up.
Let's go ahead and do this.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be part of the after show, go to patreon.com/daily HiFi, become a patron, get access, and we'll video chat with you just like this in the after show, which is happening in just a few minutes. So yeah, on behalf of myself, Michael, Joe, and Aaron, the bald eagle. So bad. Thank you guys for hanging out. We do this every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Everything about audio and video. This is Daily HiFi. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll see all the patrons in just a few minutes in the after show. Have a good one.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.